and it's supposed to do its job. You don't go like, okay, I don't know, don't screwing around. Let me restart, let me resend, okay? I don't want to see that. You don't need to do that, okay? The dog, again, the understanding, the concept, what we think it is, the dog takes a photograph of that picture. To it, it's a picture, okay? And guess what? That photograph's in its head. It's not going to go away. It's there. So you don't need to give it another photograph. Because also, how do you know that when you're pulling out that sent article again, you've been carrying it in your pocket, you forgot that your husband's wallet is in your pocket because you don't want him to go shopping. Okay? Now you have his scent. Now you have a scent article that's not the person. Okay? Using, and that's why I've told you guys to bring the glass containers. Plastic is permeable, and we all know that it's permeable because police dogs hit on stuff hidden in plastic bags all the time. Okay, the scent comes out, but if you know that it's coming out, it's going in as well. Whereas glass is not as friendly. Generally, glass keeps the scent in and doesn't let it out. Okay, so get your scent article, put it in there, close it. Okay, and Craig will also speak to this, some other things, some other ideas, but what I read and I thought was really interesting is when you set up your dog, you have the scent article in the container, okay? You're setting up the dog, you've got it here, you open the container and you put it in front there, okay? It's open, it's in front of the dog. What's the dog going to want to do?
Good smell.
It wants to get to it, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wants to get to it. That's something interesting. You've now put something interesting down there. So when you let it go, it's going to go boom, and it's going to do what it needs to do. All right? It's going to spend as much time as it needs to smell the scent to do its job. I never want to see you take a bag and stick it over the dog's head. Okay? What do they do normally when you do that? Fuck off. Okay? I don't want to see that at all. If you're going to do anything like that, I don't want to see that. Alright? Because when you have the scent article and you open it in your hand, the dog's most probably got it already. And then people want to be like, come on man, get the smell, get the smell. Are you able to smell? No. The dog has it. But if you put it over there, the dog wants to get to it and it wants to pick up that smell, and then he's off to, and if it's a tracking dog, he's got it and yes, it's there and I'm on. Off I go. Air scent dog, okay, I've got it. I'm going to go look for that. I'm going to go look for that specific smell. So glass jar is your friend, because you've got that scent article in there, and it's going to be clean till you open it and let it stick out over there, out, on the ground. And everything to do with dog training, you want the dog to discover it and be excited about it by itself, and you want it to learn by itself. It's just like humans. Most humans prefer to learn stuff by themselves. Because like what I'm doing now, no one's listening to me anyway. They prefer it if they learned it by themselves. See, no one's laughing, so it's obviously you're not listening to me. No, but I mean, seriously, you want the dog to be excited, want to investigate it. And because the dogs, everything works off its nose, it's like when you come home, boom, all the dogs are coming to smell you, okay? And they want to get you, they want to smell you, want to make sure you're the right person, because you may not be the right person. And when you bring your dog home, all the dogs are wanting to smell, your other dogs at home are wanting to smell. They want to get there, they want to smell that. So by putting that out there, the dog's got the drive, it wants to come in, smell that, and go. Okay? The stuff you said.
Yeah, so for us, and from a criminal aspect,
Yeah.
there are times when we may want to rescent the dog, especially if we work a long foot trail and all of a sudden the dog gets into an area where he stops, starts throwing his head up a lot. We have either two situations that we might be dealing with. We're now in the neighborhood where the offender lives, and there's so much of the odor because people are in and out of each other's houses. There's odors everywhere. And so now the dog can't pinpoint exactly where the person lives. The other is if the person has walked a foot trail and gotten into a car and driven away, and the dog hasn't been able to titrate down to that level to continue trailing on the car trail. And so we may go ahead and reacclimate the dog and rescent the dog. Another situation where we may rescent the dog is if the handlers completely just muffed it up. The dog is trying to go in a direction and the handlers accidentally corrected the dog by a hard pop on the harness. And after a couple of those, the dog just shuts down and is like, I'm done. And you'll see the dog just literally shake off, start walking around, not even casting, but just kind of unpurposefully, just kind of walking around without any purpose or any aim and doing nothing. If the dog is shut down, stop, we're done. You may want to go ahead and go through your process again, reacclimate, put the harness on the dog, get the dog ready, go ahead and do the scent presentation, just so the dog, it's part of your, it's part of your routine.
Yeah, so
So
what
now
you're doing
this
is
is what we're doing.
saying this problem's over.
Right.
It's what we're going to run a new problem. But
Right.
we do all the cues that we normally would do, so in the dog's mind is, okay, this is a new problem.
Yep, you're
Hey,
acclimating
it's
the
the
dog.
same picture, but oh well, it's a new problem.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be doing that in the field, because I personally don't think it's a
So
good
is it
idea
okay to rescent your dog, like say, somebody walked down the trail before you started and you think your dog went on that wrong scent instead of the scent it's supposed to go on? I mean, would you rescent a dog or not? Just bring her back?
There are two things I always look at when that happens. Is my scent article good enough? And if you think that the dog is trailing the wrong person, then that may come back to a training issue that the dog isn't distributing.
Okay.
So you may have a bigger problem at large. So you may need to back up your training a little bit.
Does that answer it?
What's that?
Does that answer?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't do a lot of training with that, but I was just curious, because I did rescent her.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. Where did you resend her?
Well, she went down, clear down the trail, and I said, obviously, whatever it was,
Yeah.
I said she lost it. So we came back, and then where you said that he turned, I sent her again there.
Mm.
I mean, she's not really, I
Did
dabble
she
in
follow
trailing,
the
but she's
track?
not a typical trailing dog, you know.
But did she
So-
follow the track?
She did, like, somewhat, yeah. Off and on, yeah.
And for those of you that are doing trailing or scent specific, how many opportunities have you taken to work to where you have your subject go out and then you're in a busy area